My name is Cypher Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton. Let's see if I can figure out one of these. There we go. We're going to go with that. There we go. We got Jeffrey popping in here. Can you guys out there hear me is the question. Because I am not hearing stuff in the background. There we go. I'm hearing it now. Okay, cool. Anyway, welcome, Jeffrey. Hold on. Let me unmute you. I got you unmuted now.
Are we on?
Jeff, we are on.
Oh, no way. My bad. My computer froze and I had to restart and it was asked me to log in to everything all over again. And
yeah.
It's wow, bummer. But
okay. So while we're waiting, why don't you talk about your show this weekend while I'm sharing it real quick?
Sure. Yeah. So it was this past Saturday. It was a part of the Tucking in the Valley mini truck and car show put on by T.W.I.C.A the Scott and Amanda Jones NSPL company. So there's multiple sound offs there, multiple sound quality organizations holding events there. Of course, I was running the Triple Point DB drag racing event.
Any records?
Sponsored? No, unfortunately there wasn't. But we did have a couple of special guests.
Yes. Sponsored by who? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Sorry. Sponsored by SPL Mel and Steve De Los Santos.
Okay.
But the special guest I was referring to was head honchos, Wayne and Celise Wayne and Celise Harris were there. They made they said it was a 10-hour drive up from Austin to come support the car audio community, which was really cool. Wayne had his drone. He was flying, taking aerial shots of the whole car show. It was kind of cool. It was definitely a hot one there that day. Luckily, there was a cool breeze that made it not so hot, but overall it was pretty good. It started off a little slow, but I think that was just people setting up, barely getting there, and you know how it goes. Sometimes it takes maybe one or two competitors to kind of break the ice, and then just everybody starts rushing the tent. But there was other organizations that were there. I think IASCA, MECA, Arkansas SPL. They were all out there. So there's a bunch of cars that were kind of going through. Overall it was a fun day. We had a lot of good action in the base race and top dog competition, which it seemed like it was a little unfair because there was a Shane Chandler that was there that he's been to a few shows, and he got a bunch of his buddies to come play in base race and top dog, and he ends up beating them. But they said that they'll be back. They enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll get invited to next year's Tucking in the Valley.
So right off the bat, I want to tell everybody I'm sorry. I was gone for the whole weekend. I was down in L.A. Visiting my sister. It was her birthday, my new sister. So when we come off the air, I'll tell you about who was there, Jeffrey. Some people you know.
Ah, okay.
So,
where? I mean, it's you guys went out to eat or something?
Sherman Oaks. No, no, no.
Sherman
It was
Oaks
at her
in
house.
the valley.
Yeah, well, that's what she said. She's all, it's the valley. We drove to
The valley.
Hollywood. It was 25 minutes. You know, she says, and the people that were actually at her party were like, you need to realize how much we love you, Jules, because we drove all the way out to the valley to be with you.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, all the way out to it was 20 minutes
It was
in
20
traffic.
minutes.
So yeah, so I'll have to tell you about who they are. Before we
Yeah.
get going too far here, let's talk about our we got our sponsors again. This week's sponsors. Oops, let me get that on there a little bit again. Once again, Crossfire Car Audio, E-Box, Voodoo Customs. If you guys get an opportunity to purchase something from somebody who supports stuff you like, then buy from those guys. Voodoo Customs, E-Box, and Crossfire Car Audio. Now they got those guys plugged and got their little thing up top. Oh, and Jeffrey. So Jeffrey tried broadcasting his event on Saturday or
Yeah.
Sunday? Saturday.
Saturday.
And he forgot to switch the sound to the camera. But that's okay, Jeffrey, because now I just purchased the same camera you have. So
Uh-huh.
when you pull it up, you won't have to switch anything.
Oh, okay.
It'll already
Okay.
be switched. Dave Bradshaw popping in there. If you guys have any questions about World Finals or rules questions, that's what today's set up for. So if you guys want to ask those questions. SPL Mel says 7:30 p.m. and it's only 108 degrees. I actually just got out of my car and it was 106 here in the valley at 5:30 p.m. So or 5:15 p.m. So yeah, it was pretty brutal. I was bowling. I don't know if you guys can see the glistening here, but man, dude, it was hot.
Wait, it's indoors, right?
Yeah, but the AC wasn't working so well.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's what I thought. I would agree with the terrible part. So anyway, so I got to work on the thing. I will do it this week so that I can so I can pop comments onto our live feed. And hopefully we can get that all corrected. Nope. Main play incoming. Let's see. Send message. Clean everything. Nope. Okay. 105. Did y'all get a cold front? That's what Mel says. Yeah. So anyway, so we did a show Friday night. Wasn't too bad. Dave. Hey, Yeshi. Popping in over there on the let's see, he's on the Facebook side. Dave Bradshaw commented, I don't watch my live feeds while I'm doing my show, and Dave Bradshaw commented, hey, throw $15 on the raffle for me. I didn't get to it, Dave, just because, like I said, I don't watch the live feeds. And then so I tried that new what is it called, the EQ to fix the sound issue.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It helped, but it didn't fix it because the issue was I was overdriving the mic. So I bought a new interface, and I bought your camera, right? The same camera as you, and you don't have a problem with the camera, so being overdriven. So I'm gonna have that camera there, and I also bought an interface, so my PA system will plug into the interface box, and then that'll go directly into the laptop, which will fix all of my audio issues. So I hear.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah. So I spent $400 on new audio gear this weekend. So, but yeah, so I was down. So Friday night, I started work at 5 a.m. In Sacramento. I was at work at 5. Got out of there about 11. Drove to Fresno. Got there about 5 p.m. So it was a 6-hour drive for me to Fresno.
Wow.
Did my show in Fresno Friday night. We got done, packed up at about 11 p.m. Then I drove from there to Sherman Oaks. I got in there at 2:12 a.m.
A.m. Wow.
Yeah. So it was kind of a long day for me.
Mhm.
But it was my sister's birthday on Saturday, so we were there, and they had a party at her house, and it was pretty cool. A lot of lot of people out there, you know, and just like I said. If you guys have any questions about World Finals or rules, now would be a time to do it. Jeffrey, have you decided where you're going for World Finals?
Not yet. I was kind of hoping, Wayne and Sleece would make that decision for me.
Joel popping
But
in. Just want to say hi to Joel. Brad
hello.
Shaw there, Manny Lob, Lord of Base Manny, Moises, Alejandre, Manny's son, all of them on there. So you were hoping Wayne would give you the answer, huh?
Yeah, but he didn't mention it on Saturday, so still undecided.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going.
I hope so.
Um, so I'll be out here in Antioch. Joel, since you're watching right now, I talked to Celise. Her and Wayne were having some discussions. He was asking about adding Pankadao to World Finals, but
Oh,
just
okay.
as a exhibition class.
Ah.
So, and I will tell you, Joel, because the people up in Canada were interested in it also. Um, Eric says Jeffries to Owensboro. But
Nice.
because you had a few people in Canada, that may actually come to fruition. They are going to talk with Ray Choi and have a decision on, if they're going to have it at World Finals. So that was all stuff. Mr. Manny, the issue with the pop-up comments, I'm going to fix it this week. I was so busy last week and I was gone all weekend, so I didn't have a chance to redo the code to get it to pop up, and I will get it fixed this weekend. All right. So Mel says, surprise, Texas now has a satellite show for finals. Right, Jeffrey?
Working on that. Working that. It might not be this year. It might be,
Oh, working on a fourth location, huh?
hopefully. We'll see. We'll see.
You had some talks with Celise and
They
Wayne?
actually brought it to my attention. They were, I don't know if I could, maybe I shouldn't be saying this
No.
publicly, but they were interested. So
Oh,
I think,
cool.
it's the wheels are in motion. For those of you guys in Texas listening, you know, we gotta make it big for them.
Okay. Julio. Yeah, no guests this week. Uh, Wyatt, he's just unavailable. He's got a lot of stuff going on, unavailable. And Ray is in Liverpool, watching some baton competitions with his kids, with two of his 14 kids. So he's out there in Liverpool right now. So he wasn't available either. But hey, it is what it is. This is just rules and World Finals questions, so now would be a good time. I did get a question from somebody asking about camping at World Finals. So you can't camp. Oh, Steve Willis popping in. You can't camp like where the lanes are, but across the fairgrounds on. It's not kitty corner, but it's directly across. That is where the campgrounds are for you if you are going to camp at Antioch.
Oh.
Owensboro didn't have any camping, but there was 2 hotels just outside the venue, right?
Right,
So,
right. I think that's how was set up. So the venue was at the raceway, then across the street there was a camping area. So that's
okay.
kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's not even across the street. It's just across the fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So you're on one side of the fairgrounds. The other side of the fairgrounds is the camping. And just remember, if you guys are competing at the West Coast World Finals in Antioch, only the first 19 cars are going to get inside the building. So you need to be one of the first 19 cars registered for World Finals to get inside the building. If you aren't, you're going to be stuck outside. We're not going to. Eric says his Holiday Inn reservations are all done.
Months ago, he says.
Oh, did he say months ago on there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, not on there, but what he told me.
he told you in person?
Yeah, he's reserved it months ago. So
Yeah, he would be E-Box on there.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, SQ Sounds. So Tristan, he's popping in. I see him on there now. I haven't seen Tiffany on here yet. Tristan pops in, says looking to hold their second show of the season soon,
Oh,
which is cool. I mean,
Yeah.
they were at Carnival today, so they had Carnival down there. They were sending me a
Oh
couple.
yeah, he sent me a video. I was
Did
trying
he?
to figure out what that was, but
Yeah,
okay, cool.
that was Carnival. So they're doing that. That's cool. But yeah, so we did a 3X ourselves. Nobody even close to the records, so nothing to do. And you know what? Let me go to Facebook here, and I am going to talk about my West Coast finale.
Okay.
So, in my West Coast finale, you have to attend 4 Sonic FX shows. Come on, go. There we go. I am going to read off a couple of names real quick. Sonic FX. No. That's not Sonic FX. Basshead's on a low budget. That's not the one I was looking for. Oh, there we go. Sonic FX. So, I just posted this earlier today. Oops. What the heck? Oh. Back. There we go. I just posted this early today. So, we currently have $1,298 towards added prize fund. We have people that have qualified. Let me see if I can't YouTube. Does that work? No, that one didn't work. All right, let's go back here. So people have already qualified. Joel with 8 shows. Moses with 8 shows. Team Send It Chivo with 7 shows. Kayla, Team Bougie with 5 shows. Team DC Josh with 5 shows. Woody McDonald with 5 shows. Carlos Down to Pound with 5 shows. Art D2P with 5 shows. D2P Rick with 5 shows. Lord of Bass Manny with 4 shows. Team Bougie Janet with 4 shows. Team Send It Sean with 4 shows. Team Send It Dave with 4 shows. And Justin Stolman with 4 shows. Tiffany can't make it on tonight. She's partying too hard. Hey, so I got a story for you guys about this weekend. Okay, so people that still need one more show to qualify: Audio 916 Greg, Guy B, James Woodward, Ryan Woodward, Team Southern Sound Stefan, Anthony Martinez, and Team Space for Bass Rosita. And then people that need 2 shows: Cowboy, Bass 10 Alex, Brandy Court, Jesse Thompson, Joe Gama, Josh Bruce, Kayla Bruce, Maverick Rutherford, Ryan Rutherford, Sayavak, Team DC CJ, Sean DeHart, TAC Greg, Audio Connection Scott, Team DC Jenner, Team DC Joe, or Team Send It Joe now, Fat Boys Tony, and Emilio Down to Pound. So all those people need 4. Oh.
4.
Hold on, let's see real quick.
What are you guys waiting on?
So yeah, all they have to do is come to 4 shows.
Right.
Anita Salas, she is no longer with USAC. She just texted me, said she might want to come on tonight. We'll see if she pops in or not.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we'll change that if she is. But anyway, so real simple. The more people in a class, the more money gets paid out. And like I said, right now we have $1,298 additional prize fund. And that's going to go to you guys. Last year we only had like 1,600 prize funds, so we're already going to give away more. And I think we gave away like $3,700 last year. So, we're probably close to $4,000. And whether you guys show up or not, I give away all that money on that day. Eric says he's had a reservation since June 2nd. Mario Basehead Perella popping in, saying what's up. Ricky Garcia. Emilio has all 4 shows. No, he doesn't, Ricky. You're gonna have to show me where those shows are. Remember, your first show was April 29th. No, she's driving, so Anita can't come in.
Ah,
Anyway, yeah, you have to have 4 shows, and the first show eligible was April 29th. So he might have 4 shows, but it's after that time frame. So if you guys can show me other words, I would love to. Emilio, I would love to get him on there because I want people to be qualified as much as we possibly can to get
but you still
eligible for the
have
money.
more shows available, right?
I do. So right
Yeah.
now on the calendar, I only have 2 shows up. Right, I got 9/2, and I think that's going to be in Sacramento because that's a 4-day weekend. So I got to see who's available to host that event. And then I have Reno, not this weekend, but the following weekend, the 18th or 19th or something like that. August 19th, I think, in Reno.
Mhm.
But yeah, Justin just got all 4 of his shows. He is correct there.
Nice.
Okay, so now many of you guys know that I just found out I had a sister in January, a half sister. So her and my wife are like besties now already. And so my sister's birthday was this weekend, so she invited us down to have a party with her and whatnot. Um, yeah, my wife got her drink on.
What?
Yeah, my wife can get her drink on.
Okay.
And anyway, she quite couldn't navigate the steps very well at one point. And
Oh
so,
no.
so she fell face first into a step. So she's got this bruise on her chin that literally, because she has, she takes blood thinners because of heart condition she has. So she has this bruise on her chin because she's got blood thinners. And it is, I'm not kidding you, it's maybe like from halfway across her jawline to half of her chin all the way back up. It
A
is
bruise?
it's a bruise because she
Holy.
bruises real easy. Like if I go to grab her arm to like pull her out of the way or something,
Yeah.
she'll have all 5 finger marks on her arm.
Hmm.
They'll bruise because, and that has to do with the medication she takes. So anyway, yeah. Alonzo Romero says he's drinking right now. Cheers.
Don't fall onto any steps now, okay?
Yeah. So now my wife had to go to work today and explain to him that I'm not beating on her.
Oh
So,
no.
I know, Justin, I got to fix your name from Jay's Alarms. If you guys would have told me at the event, it would have been real easy, but you didn't, so it wasn't easy. You got to tell me at the event. Right, Jeffrey? If there's a name issue, when do they tell you?
They got to tell me right at the show. Otherwise, I mean, it's the alternative is semi easy. You just tell Celise, and she'll do it for us. But there's actually a way to fix names, right? I think Celise had posted it a couple of times.
Yes.
The procedures for competitors themselves to submit, I guess, the correct spelling or the correct name. And
yeah, so the way they do that is you email her. So you're gonna see when you go to let's see who's texting me now. Oh, Ricky sent me a photo. Let's see what this is. This is proof. It won't let me make that bigger, Ricky. Why won't it let me make that a bigger picture? I know what I'll do. I'll look on it on my phone. Anyway, what was I telling you? I screwed up what I was thinking. Celise told me to get you to do it. I can't do it. It's too late. Okay. Oh, so the way you change it is first thing you do is you go and you find the name, and you will you'll see all the names you have, and it'll say competitor ID equals on top.
Yes.
You just need to take that number and say, I want this competitor ID, put that in the email, and this competitor ID, whatever the second one is, and then put it on the bottom of the email combined to this email. So that's how you do that. And it is not that difficult, but it sucks. All right, so I am looking right here. Sonic FX shows March 24th and November 5th. So both those shows don't count.
Oh,
April 8th doesn't count, right? April 29th is when it starts to be eligible for the money. He's got Sonic FX in Sacramento, April 30th, and he's got August 4th in Fresno. So he's only got 2 shows that are eligible for that.
and there's 2 shows left.
And there's
Perfect.
2 shows left, exactly. So you are correct that he does have enough shows, but they aren't within the time frame. That is just so everybody's very sure that's how this whole thing works. But that's how you change your name. I will check tomorrow, Justin, see if I can get yours fixed. I also got to get Dave Bradshaw's fixed for the Reno show, because Chivo wasn't supposed to be in his class, so we need to remove Chivo. He didn't even compete in DB drag. So anyway, I got some things to fix. I will try and get them all fixed.
One time at a show, that kind of happened a while back. So I literally just posted my computer, my laptop, and then I told the competitors to just input their name themselves, and it still came out wrong.
Yep.
So I was like, geez, it's just so difficult.
Well,
but
the
for
way,
the most part,
yeah. So the way the term lab works is it classifies, or it tracks competitors based on their name.
Yes.
And so if you have a space before a letter or a space after a letter, that is a completely different name according to the computer.
Right.
And so there's a lot of names in there, like let's use Justin Stolman, for instance. Like somebody went Justin space Stolman. And you'll never see it.
Do it.
And those are 2 different competitors in Justin space Stolman. And that's different than Justin space Stolman space, right? Those are all different competitors, and you'll never see that last space,
Yeah.
And you're
I'm pretty sure we gave you a hard time when we were competing back in the day when our names were Team XS SPL space Jeffrey.
Yep.
And then some days there wouldn't be that space, and
and now you're on that end of it.
Exactly. So knowing from both sides how crazy it is, it's maybe just come up with a simple name, and
know your name, right?
Exactly. Or do initials,
Yeah.
AF. Perfect.
Yeah. That's like FDZK. Oh, and then the other thing you also have to do is if you hold on a second, let me see, leaderboards. Eric asked who has the most points in base race and top dog. I am going to pull that up right now. Base race in the whole world, number 1, Moses Martinez, 246 total points.
Second?
Julius Mac Johnson III with 239. He's 7 points behind.
Not too far off.
Nope. And then Eric Hansen's third. Let's go to top doggy. Top dog, Moses Martinez, 203.
Who's second?
Julius Mac Johnson III, 165.
Now let me ask you, Cyclone.
Wait. Who's third? No. Where's Eric? I don't even see you on here, Eric. Oh, no, Eric's 10th. Now, this is in the world. This isn't just North America. All right. So now you said Cyclone?
Yeah. Who's in first?
All right.
In points.
Cyclone, total points. Julius Mac Johnson III, 230 points. Let me respond to my wife. No, I did not.
But it's still really anybody's game, I guess.
Yep.
I guess you could figure it out. And
Moses is in second with 190, so he's 40 points behind him.
Yeah.
That's a 3x. Oh, we also have the 3x
harsh.
at the end of the year, right? So we're doing a 3x on September 10th. That isn't posted. Chivo's got 172 points. Let's see here. Who do we got local for you? I got DC Josh at 9th. Alan Ray, Jeff Gatlin. Jeff Gatlin, your guy?
Yes, I think he's in the process
fifth.
of building right now. So
okay, so he's 5th in points.
Yeah.
Brandon Rosser's 10th or 12th. So, and Brandon Rosser 2 because he's got 2 vehicles, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that's Cyclone. Since we're already doing this, we did Top Dog Cyclone. Let's look DB Drag. Guess who's in lead?
Moses.
How did you guess?
Our brother Moses. I was looking at. I constantly.
Oh, do you?
Every time we have a show, every weekend, I check out the list and see who's in the point standings, and kind of bummed to see Julius fall a place or so, but we still got a bunch of shows left, and it's still, hey, it could still work out. He could still work out. He could be the champ, points champ.
And right now he's exactly 30 points behind, 236, tied with Team Voodoo Customs Fred, and that's out of your area too, right?
Yeah.
So they're tied for second, and then Voodoo Customs Steve is 4th. And then my guys out here, Art Down to Pound, he is 7th. Let's see here. So that's DB Drag. We did Base Race, Cyclone, and Top Dog, right?
Right.
Freestyle. It's Moses Martinez again. 249 points. Team Voodoo Customs Fred and Steve, they are 218, 200 respectively. And then it drops all the way to 128 for Mexico.
Yeah, Julius, he actually stopped when they announced freestyle wasn't going to be at finals. That's
when did they announce that?
Freestyle? No, it is now,
year.
But previously.
Oh, okay.
It was probably early on in the season when they had announced that it wasn't going to be at finals. He kind of was like, kind of bummed, and then he stopped doing it. So, but now they're bringing it back. So,
and Pankadao, number 1 in Pankadao, Joel Yemet, 160 points. Second place, a Canadian with 40. So that's what we got for leaderboard and points for all formats. But yeah, Joel right there. Let's see here. What is hey Moses, please don't compete in Pankadao. Rosa says maybe he will. He's into everything at every show.
Yeah.
Julio says he almost caught up. As soon as Justin gets his points, he'll be 47th in freestyle. Team Send It Dave will be 48th. So he's looking to outpace his other person on his team.
I see.
So anyway, yeah. So those are the things you guys need for points. And I went over this, I think, last week or the week before, but the reason I base my West Coast finale deal on the amount of shows I do and whatnot is because if you qualify for West Coast finale, then you have qualified for World Finals. All you have to do is get your membership, and you have qualified for that. So that's the whole idea behind that.
There's a method to that madness.
There is. And, I mean, Jeffrey, are you opposed to potentially next year being part of the West Coast Western States finale again next year?
We'll see. We'll got some things got to check out, but yeah, I'm down.
Does Jeffrey ever age? Chad wants to know. He's actually 107 years old.
What? Chad, I told you not to tell anybody.
But anyway, so I mean, Jeffrey's participated in it before.
Oh yeah.
Which is way cool.
I walked away with some money. I remember it was in Laughlin, I think it was, when the money got divvied up
that one there, that was like the first.
Was it the first?
It was 2007. My first one was 2005. So I went 2005 in Reno, 2006 in Reno. Both of them first one was at Rusty's shop, Sound Solutions. I still have the shirt for that. Second one
Cool.
was at JC Car Audio, which JC passed away during the pandemic from COVID. So those were 1 and 2. Number 3 was at Laughlin. So
at
if
finals.
So
Yeah.
if you participated enough to get the points, and you went to World Finals, and whatever you placed in the World Finals, based on the people that were eligible, that's how you got paid, and you made money there at that one.
Yes, and I remember the cash because took it, went across the street, hit the craps table, and won some more money. So it was overall a good weekend.
Yes. Well, Justin says California versus Texas Autorama 24. All they need to
Wow.
do is roll on out here.
Wow.
You
Maybe we
know,
could do a satellite.
for Autorama it would be tough.
Oh,
Autorama would be tough to do a satellite.
oh, that's right. Time difference and
Yeah,
yeah.
and I really got to push through my cars and whatnot, so
Mm,
it'd be very difficult to do
I
a
gotcha.
satellite for Autorama. But anyway, yeah. So West Coast finale coming up. That's September 10th. We haven't decided on a location for that. Most likely, that's going to be at Nyman's shop. They're pretty good. Um, let's just go Canada and grab coffee. so so he brought back some coffee from Canada. I mean, he may potentially, in a fictional world, if any tax
What?
people are watching, um, have have brought uh, instant coffee across the Canadian border to the United States to share with some of his fellow competitors.
Is
Um,
that how like cigars are with like Cuba? You can't bring
yeah.
them in.
Well,
Oh,
no, you can get taxed on it and whatnot,
oh, I see.
So, let's see here. Eric asked, What was he third in?
I think it might have been base race.
Leaderboard. I'm gonna pull that stuff up right now again, real quick. Eric base race. Yes, he is number 3 in base race, 202 points. Julius Mac Johnson, 239, and Moses Martinez, 246. Um, so yeah, we did beat the boss this weekend, and who was I going against?
Yeah, I think I missed that one.
Oh, I was using Rosita's car, and she just had on the steering wheel volume up and down,
Mm-hmm.
and I won
What?
with
No
just
base knob?
no bass knob, no nothing, dude. It was just
See,
steering wheel volume.
you got skills.
And then the second one I lost. We tied, and then I lost. Carlos beat me, she said. Oh, that was in her
Carlos.
car.
Ah,
That's
okay.
right. So we tied the first time. And then the second time, once again this week, dude, it was going 28.9, 28.9, 28, point 8, point 0.9,
Point
point
eight,
8,
point
point
nine.
0.9, and it just happened to drop to point 0.8 at the last quarter second, and I ended up losing to Carlos. Carlos beat me. And but then I beat somebody else, and so I just told him, "Hey, loser, you paid Carlos." So, yep, we double busted. Justin said, "Yeah, we double busted on the first one, which was the tie, and then I dropped the 10th down." So, have you tried to beat the boss yet, Jeffrey?
No, no, not yet.
Is that
I don't know.
is that not something for you?
Maybe if I get some more practice. I was thinking about.
Practice? I don't practice.
Yeah, that's true. I should just go in there and say,
Yeah,
"Hey, anybody can do it." But
yeah.
I, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, pretty soon. We just. I think there's another promoter that's coming up in
Ooh.
Texas.
Eric says
So,
because you're chicken.
because I'm chicken. Nobody calls me chicken. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a shot. I think what I want to do is maybe hit a couple of DB drags that are not my event.
Okay.
Or maybe shoot, I should bring Eric down with me for the Houston DB drag and have him smash on some people.
What is
He'll
that?
be my hired gun.
Oh yeah. We had the champ scared. Oh, we had the champ scared.
Who's that?
I'm not sure who she's talking about. Susie chiming in from Canada. Um, hey, yeah, one of you Canadian folk, eh? We need you to come on next week, eh? We'll get with one of you guys, and we'll figure out which one we're gonna have next week as a guest. But we'd like to have one of the Canadians. So speaking of points, you guys really need to watch out for them Canadians. Because
Yeah.
did you see that?
No, but
Oh
last season, it just seemed like Jimbo
no.
came out of nowhere.
Well, this is why. So I'm just gonna pull up the DB drag competitor or DB drag calendar real quick. DB drag calendar. All right. So this weekend will be the 12th, right?
Right.
We have a 1X in Ontario. Then
Okay.
on the 13th, we got, because you know what? I think it's just a 1X because he's in England. Then the following weekend, we got a 2X on Friday, 3X on Saturday, 2X on Sunday. There's some points there. Then the following weekend, we got Oregon, Lincoln City, Oregon, which is
Surf City.
Surf City. Yep. And then let's go into August, September. All right, first weekend in September, we got nothing. Second weekend, September, the 9th and 10th, that's the last 2 days for points. That's a 5X weekend. Saskatoon and then Regina. So they're going to be 3X.
Did they add more shows or?
Oh, and on Saturday. So it's going to be Friday 2X, Saturday 3X or 2X, Sunday 3X. So it's going to go Lloydminster, Saskatoon, and Regina. So they have a lot of shows up there. But I'm not seeing anything in September for us. For the United States, because the first weekend in September is a 4-day weekend for a lot of people.
Mhm.
So, are you planning on to put a show in there?
Yeah, I got a show on the calendar, September 9th.
Oh, yeah, but not September 2nd or 3rd,
Correct.
because that's
Right.
the 4-day weekend. I intend to do one on the 2nd. Just have to work out some stuff. I'm going to run by the shop tomorrow, knock on their door, and see if Lunsford Customs is interested in doing a show on the 2nd.
That's Labor Day weekend, or?
That is Labor Day weekend.
Ah.
So it's more difficult to find a venue that weekend, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
going to do a 1X in Reno that weekend, but my bowling buddy kind of hasn't got back to me. So I'll either do the 2nd in Reno or it'll be in Sacramento, or I could do it in Dublin because I got a bowling tournament in Dublin on the 2nd. I don't know. I have to work it around my bowling, but we're gonna see. So I got opportunities to bowl in Sacramento, Dublin, and Reno, and I'll try and get that worked out tomorrow, so you guys have a firm date or a firm place of where that event's gonna be. So I
Well,
haven't.
I don't know. Okay, maybe we
But
could ask the people watching right now.
yeah,
I mean, would you attend an event on a major holiday?
yeah.
We
We have
normally
like
will try to not schedule an event during a
right.
holiday, because they'll, especially like Labor Day or Memorial Day, because they'll
Mhm.
want to hit the river or something like that. And
Yeah, well, we have 37 people watching us live right now. So guys, mention real
yeah,
quick. Say, hey, how would you guys attend an event on Memorial
holiday
Weekend?
show,
Yeah, holiday weekend, like a 3-day or
yes.
4-day weekend, Memorial Day, Labor Day, that kind of thing. Yeah, post up there. Would you guys attend something like that here? Our competitors we have. Just curious, because so I intentionally stopped doing them some of those weekends,
Hmm.
just for that reason, right? People go to the lake, they go
Yeah,
out
same
of
here. Yeah,
town.
out of
It's
town.
difficult to do a show on the weekend, on the longer weekends. So let me see. Hold on. Oops. May have seen something on Facebook I didn't see. Here we go. Facebook. Eric Hansen says yes.
Oh, okay. That's because I think he doesn't have a life, but just kidding.
That's when most people are off is Monday.
Ah,
For me to do finals is 500 in base race, DB drag, and freestyle. Do you know the cost on DB drag world finals, Jeffrey?
as far as registering,
Yeah.
I did take some notes, and I did let people know at the show. I even told them about the gas saver. Where
Yep.
did I put that at?
Justin just pulled up. He said, "Yeah, the $150 for the gas saver deal."
I think it was cheaper than that. I had to make sure I got the information right because Celeste was there. But yeah, so the gas saver. Wait a second. Okay. So the gas saver, you could have 50 points in DB Dragon base race and so qualify for finals, 35 points for Cyclone, Top
So
Dog,
so
and
you're buying
Freestyle.
25 points for DB Dragon base race. You're buying 20
Mm-hmm.
points for freestyle cyclone.
And the key is it's a September 1st deadline. So, in
Which
order for you to participate in the Gas Saver special, you have up until September 1st to commit to that. And it says here $350 $350 US to partake in that Gas Saver special.
Yeah, so it's $200 for registration plus a 150 for the gas saver.
And
So
then,
what's the
right.
additional classes? Do you have that in front of you by any chance?
What do you mean additional?
So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So it's 350 USD. That
Uh
USD kind of threw me off.
huh.
Plus $75 additional formats
For
is what
each
it says
format.
here. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to do an additional format, so you're looking at so if you don't do the gas saver and you have all your points, it's
Mm-hmm.
275 for two classes, 200 for or one format is 200.
Yes,
Two
exactly.
formats is 275. Three formats is 350. That's three formats. Four formats would be 425. Five formats would be $600 even. So if you're going to enter all five, so Moses, it's $600.
And there's a September 8th deadline for the standard.
Oh, and then
Um,
the cost goes up, right? For
yes, where did
regular.
I have that? It was kind of crazy how it went up. Um, yeah, here it is. So before September 8th, the base fee of 125 plus 75 per format.
Oh, it's only
Okay.
125.
For standard registration.
Yeah. Oh, so it isn't
Yeah.
200, it's 125 if it's before September 8th.
Yeah. And it says
Okay.
here, wow, this is crazy. On site, for those of you guys who procrastinate, on site registration, the
Mhm.
base fee is $425 plus $75 per format. So if I were you, or unless you like to pay that much money, but don't procrastinate, sign up as early as you can.
Yep. Just real quick, Rosita says, you already know Moses is a yes on going to the shows, but we have a
Yeah.
life, I think, still. So Eric says he's doing two classes. Justin just keeps posting up, cost for each class. He is correct. Every class costs an additional $75. Um, but like I said, we have camping out there, out at Antioch. I don't know. Owensboro's going to have the two hotels,
Yeah.
which are essentially in the parking lot. You know.
Oh, yeah, and I got down that information too here
Oh,
and
okay.
let people know about. So yeah, it's the official host hotels. Is the Hampton Inn in downtown. It's right next door to the convention center. The
Mm-hmm.
rate is $149 plus tax a night. Then the Holiday Inn downtown,
Hmm.
next door to the convention center as well, is $139 plus tax a night. So check out the website. It's got links so you can everybody can get that discount.
Celeste just posted a link to it right in the
Oh,
comments.
awesome. Okay, there
Yep.
we go.
Uh, Eric predicts Texas, Canada in the finals.
What?
Let's see
Nice.
here. Let's see. Susie from Canada says she doesn't have a life either because she's a base mom. She's at every event. Celeste, okay, World Finals fee. She put it in the comments here. Before
Okay.
September 8th, entry fees $200.
Oh, okay.
Between September 9th and September 14th, it is $250 for your first class. Between the 15th and the 21st, it is $300 for your first class. And between the 22nd and the 28th, it is $350 for your first class. And then after September 28th, it will be oh, I don't think it's 50. I think it's what'd you say the last minute entry was? 400 or 450?
425 is what I'm showing here that I
Okay.
screenshotted. Was it different?
No, no, no. She just
Oh,
didn't
I
put
see.
enough digits in there.
Oh.
She was missing a digit.
So
So,
okay, I see what she's doing then. Is she just adding them up? Because
yep.
yeah, that's what exactly what it comes out to.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Okay.
it was.
Yeah.
And then group rates are secured at two hotels in Owensboro, Hampton, and Holiday Inn. Both are right next to the venue. We learned that. Booking deadline is August 29th, or unless the block gets sold out. Free
Hmm.
cancellation up to 1 week prior. Hampton Inn is next door. Rate is 149 plus tax. Holiday Inn, oops. Holiday Inn is 139 plus
139.
tax. Yep. And then she also put a link in there for reference code and all that stuff. Oh yeah, Celise. So where you see all those funny looking chicken scratches, that's Joel. So he just hit you up on there. Okay, so that's pricing. So Eric, Jeffrey, you want to real quick explain to them once again how the deal it works with World Finals? So Eric, you aren't wrong that it could be Texas, Canada, but you're not
Hmm.
necessarily right. So,
Um, I
so
can go down through
yeah,
the different formats, but
yeah,
I think he might be talking about base race.
okay,
But for DB drag here, um, it says it's going to be the two loudest competitors in each class overall will
correct.
go head to head to determine the world champion. For example, if the loudest car in Street Stock 1K is in Slovenia and the second in California, then those two competitors will go against one another to determine the world champion.
And that will be on
Or
Sunday, by the way. With the
mhm,
finals will be on Sunday, qualifying will be on Saturday at all venues.
mhm.
So, all right, sorry about that. Keep going.
So then for base race, and then I kind of wanted to add something here with base
Okay.
race, but the winner of each class at each location will compete in a new contest. Okay,
Hmm.
so there's going to be four competitors in each class. For
But
example, if the
this is base race and top dog, though.
yes,
Yes.
well, yes, yeah. So basically, the winner in each of the locations, they're going to be put into all new contest or bracket, so to speak.
Hmm.
And, just like a regular bracket, they're going to go against each other. But when I was talking about this, this is what I wanted to mention with Wayne. Um, he was wondering if we should go eight competitors instead of four
So the
competitors. And
top two out of each location,
yeah, something like that.
that wouldn't hurt my feelings.
It totally is me as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's going to be set in stone, but just a little thing that we were talking about. Um, Shoot, I was even thinking because there's going to be so many like people qualifying, ties and everything. Um, I could have swore there was an option on the term lab where we can do 16 people, a 16-man bracket. I don't know. That
No.
was just a thought.
No, but the eight's actually not a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we would do the brackets up to the final two and then just stop it there because at that point it doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
as
Exactly. Yeah.
far as World Finals goes, if you wanted to complete that final bracket in your location, then go ahead and do it as a side thing. But
Mm.
as far as World Finals goes, once you hit to that point and you have the last two people for one and two, it doesn't matter who wins at that point. So that would not be that. Like I said, if you made it to that point, I am not opposed. Four
Yeah.
competitors in base race and four competitors in top dog, Solis says.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so it sounds like they're not planning on the eight. Um,
And so for yeah, top dog is the same.
yep,
Cyclone, basically all the scores will be combined and the
it's
highest
beat the
scoring
board
competitor. Yes, exactly.
for
So
freestyle and cyclone.
they're not we're not going to do any additional cyclone runs. The
Mhm.
scores from the regular competition will determine the world champion. The same goes for freestyle because it is technically a one run type format.
Yep. So yeah, so she just posted on it and said it. Yeah, it's just going to be the four.
Ah, okay.
Top dog winner at each location,
Yes.
base race winner of each class in each location. So there you go. That makes it pretty simple. Freestyle and cyclone both. There is no recharge. There's no nothing. When you're in the lane, you go, and if you want to do a rerun, that's the time you do it. You don't get to leave the lane and charge and come back. If you want to do a different song or whatever at World Finals, you run. Do you want to rerun? Yes or no? The answer is no. All right, move out of the lane. Yes? Okay, are you ready to go? And we're not going to make you go like within 10 seconds, but we're going to make you go within the first minute and a half or so.
Back to
It's,
back. That's
yeah,
what back to back means.
yes. We're not going to wait for you to charge up your batteries and whatnot. We're going to give you time. Hey, reset your song. Let me make sure everything's right in the computer. Okay, are you ready to go? Computer, you ready to go? Let's go. All right, here's your second run. And it will keep the higher of the two.
Yeah.
So that works for freestyle and base race both. So
Did you say base race?
I'm sorry, freestyle and
Cyclone.
cyclone.
So I wonder then if, say, for instance, you're doing your first run in Cyclone and you totally blow it. I wonder if you could just stop right then and there, and then just start charging.
You can.
Because you have that second run to fall back on. I don't know. It's just a little bit of strategy, I
Yeah.
guess.
Like oops, I played the wrong frequency, right? I played the
Yeah.
wrong song.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. And then just stop it, let the
Yeah.
time run.
Shut it
That's an
down.
extra. That way you don't burn up batteries.
Exactly.
Eric Hansen says he has nothing to charge. Can we have vehicle running? The answer is yes, up to 2K as long as the indoor venue allows it.
Yes.
Right now at the Sacramento one, it looks like we are allowed to. I think we were allowed to at Owensboro, but
Oh yeah.
only when it's in the lanes. So you can't.
And the reason for that is, of course, they didn't want everybody to have their cars running in the pit stalls, and then
Yep.
maybe
Carbon
get this cloud
monoxide.
of exactly this cloud of exhaust everywhere. But yeah.
Yep. So that's the that will be the rules on that.
Hmm.
Um, uh, base race. Once again, real quick, Jeffrey, do you want to go over the rules with the ties?
So essentially, okay, and I do this with all my shows as well. I'll read off a
I'm
small
not
blurb.
great on it.
No, but essentially, okay, the first tiebreaker, right? You got to have your engines off, okay?
Yeah.
Um, and then the second tiebreaker, you got to have your engines off and control your system from
So,
the outside.
so you can run inside your vehicle with your car
Yes.
running on your very first run in base race.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second run is your car has to be turned off. So
Yes.
as soon as you get that tie, turn your car off, turn your ignition to the whatever to the on position so that you can start your radio again to get it going, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is
Exactly.
and you got 30 seconds to do this. It's an automatic countdown on a tie, as
Hmm.
you guys know. And then
Yeah.
if you tie again, what was it again, Jeffrey?
So for the third plus tiebreakers,
Hmm.
um, rerun the round using a randomly generated target score. Prior to the run, it
But you're
says here,
outside your vehicle after the second tie
yes,
also.
yes, yes. You're same thing with the first, second tiebreakers, engine off, and you got to be on the outside. Well,
Uh,
for the
Eric
second one, I
says, "Who doesn't have a podium?" Rosita,
mean.
she uses the freaking up and down volume on
What?
her steering wheel. So just saying. So not everybody has that. So
Yeah.
our our suggestion, what I would suggest, would be have a podium or just a deck outside your vehicle and start outside your vehicle with your car off. In
Yes.
base race, it is going to make it much easier on you than trying to fumble through and get that going. So I would set that up for World Finals if I were you guys. I'm just saying.
You remember early on when I think some of the competitors would, okay, they would open their door and then they would use a remote or
Yep.
whatever, just reach in and just hit on pause and then shut their door and then
Yep.
we hit ready, set, go. They don't do that much anymore
No.
now, but
Well, I still got
that would
one
be
or two
one.
people that have done that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's one
Um,
tactic.
yeah, but you have to have your base knob completely off so you don't
Yes.
get a red light.
A red
And,
light,
and we can't
exactly.
push the OK button for to start the ready set go until your door is completely closed.
Closed, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are things that you guys way have to keep in the. Now, top dog, what's the rule on ties and top dog?
Is that a trick question?
Yeah. We just keep going until you
Yes.
have a winner. So
Right.
I can add a deck or a base knob for out of my vehicle, or I can do the remote. So there you go. Rosita, that's I would definitely look into something like that.
Yeah,
Get
and I
that
think
ready.
that's why we don't have anybody doing the shut the door deal anymore. It's because it's just gotten so much easier just to add a bass knob or,
Yep.
get that podium. So,
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, we're already up on an hour.
oh wow.
That would seem pretty quick today. I think it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
So, we go for 3 extensions.
Uh,
Hanson says. Hey, did you have you had any random scores lately?
what do you mean?
So many ties that you got the random score in base race,
Oh yeah, yeah. Random
random generated
generated number.
scores.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
and that absolutely changes it. People don't think it
Hmm.
does, but it does because it's the same thought process, but your system acts different at different SPL levels. So because it acts slightly different, people a little too much or not quite enough, thinking that they're gonna do fine. So that when it does get to the random number, it definitely changes fairly quickly. So,
Was that your thought process when you first started doing the
yes,
dice? Was
yep,
Yeah, because you're basically the one who originated random numbers,
yeah.
right?
Because the deal was, I was looking at people, right, and they
Hmm.
were literally setting their systems up that they can just set it and go and let go and be done,
Ah,
right?
yeah.
And as long as they hit like at 22 seconds, their score was this, then they knew they don't even need to touch anything because they're going to be at 9.8, 9.9 at the end, no matter what.
Hmm.
I saw people doing that. And then I was like, well, if we put up a random number, you can't practice for literally every
Exactly.
random number.
And you
So,
know what, too? That kind of ties in with the conversation we had last week about uh, these uh, uh, these new bass knobs where you could
yeah,
dial it in and it could do 9.9s
yep,
for like 30 seconds. Well, okay, that's good and all, but once you hit that third tiebreaker, what are you gonna do now? You still got to control the the knob,
yep.
right? For that new number. So, okay, that makes sense now.
We actually initially had it set up that it was a random track off the DB Jam CD. So it could be boom check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was it gave too much of a distinctive advantage to certain vehicles. Like if you were playing one vehicle and you were near where you needed to be, right? Like 39.9 and your car only did a 44 and you played a track that was off frequency, you had no
Mm-hmm.
chance of getting back to 39.9.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the reason we kind of squashed
Had it
that
that
one.
way. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You got to make it somewhat of a challenge, I guess, right?
right.
Someone had mentioned that. So,
Yeah. So the random generated, like I said, originally was with the dice.
yeah.
Worked
Yeah.
really good. So I was really happy with that. Let's see. Justin says something here. Oh, where was it? He wanted to know when I would know about the 9/2 show. I should know by Wednesday, Justin. Um, where it's gonna be, I should know by Wednesday. I just, like I said, the issue is uh, I need to find out where I'm bowling. So, when will the calendar be updated? What do you mean by when will the calendar be updated, Rosita?
As far as results or new
Well, I know
events,
I have the results on there. Oh, I got to put 9/10 on there too. Um, so I got to get that. I'll have 9/10 and the 9/2 and the 9/10 show on the calendar here in. I'll have it by the end of the week. How's that? Oh, she says never mind. 9/2 you just answered. So, all right. I didn't not seeing any more new questions pop up. Jeffrey, any
yes.
last thoughts or anything?
Um, really, if you guys have a bunch of questions, dude, first thing I would do is just get on the DB Drag Racing website, and there's press releases all the time. There's information that it's just a couple of clicks you could find. Hopefully an answer to your question. I had a couple of people at the show recently have a couple of questions, and it was like, hey, we have this really awesome website, dbdragracing.com. You know, check it out. All the information. We're still here to help for sure, but like they say, I think somebody told me one time GTS, right? You guys, do you know what GTS means?
No.
Google that.
Oh.
Google that stuff.
They used to call me Dr. Google.
Dr. Google. Yeah. So, but definitely, if you have any other questions, we're here. We're definitely here to help. We want to make sure everybody is, fully aware. They know what they're getting into. There's a guy this past weekend. It was talking about another organization that, he went all the way up until finals, found out at finals something he can do, and that just left him such a bad taste in his mouth that he stopped competing with that organization altogether, which kind of helps us out. No, I'm just kidding, but um, you know, it, just put it out there. Talk to people. Hopefully they'll have the answers. We can search it online if we don't have the answers, kind of like what this podcast does, what, every first Monday.
First Monday of the month.
Yeah, so we're definitely here to help.
Yep. And then after World Finals, we'll start having on the first Monday of the month. Well, hey, what do you guys suggest for new rules for next year? Our rules really have been consistent for quite a few years. We're minor tweaks to like how much sound deadeners allowed, or I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely minor tweaks to the rules. We haven't had a significant rule change in I don't know 5 years or so. So, with that being said, yeah, no, I definitely it was great. Let's see, Susie says finals weekend is also her birthday weekend, so drinks need to be
Nice.
happening. Um, yeah, Canadia's a long way for us to go. Anyway, yeah, no, we had a good show Friday night. Met a
Cool.
handful of new people again. Got a chance to teach them about base race. Oh, I've never even been to a show, blah blah blah. And so I was teaching them about base race, and I said, I promise you, once you do this, you'll really like it, and obviously they did. They were totally down with it, and hopefully they're tuning into this and checking this out as we go. But I do have a show coming up the 19th of August. We'll be in Reno at Baldini's. It'll be my final Reno event of the year, barring the one happening on 9/2, which I will check in on, like I said, this week.
Is that when your West Coast finale is going to be on 9/2?
West Coast finale is 9/10.
Right. Okay.
9/2 will be the last day for that. Like I said, it's going to be around where my bowling tournament is. So I have a bowling tournament that I can bowl Reno, Dublin, or Sacramento. So based on wherever that bowling tournament is, that's where I will have the car show at. So I will, and I've already got 3 locations picked out that are willing to host us, depending on where we're at for the bowling.
Where was it at last year?
It was at Nyman's. It's been at Nyman's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it may end up there again, but if we do, I need to make sure that the bathrooms are available and whatnot, which they weren't at this last show. So, but
well, did I tell you? Well, I mean, not a long story, but somebody stole the toilet seat from the bathroom at Crossfire.
Really?
And we just barely got it back, but management came in and put a new one in. But hey, those bathrooms are hard to keep clean during the shows. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
The California guys are really good. They keep the bathroom clean during the show.
Except
I will say that.
No,
he
he
just didn't have access to it that day. He didn't have the key to the shop.
Oh, I see.
So that was the only problem. But no, I will say the California guys, I haven't had any complaints about the restrooms from the California guys at all.
And I'll make it a point at the events. I'm like, please clean up after yourselves. We want to make sure and come back at this location, but not if we, leave trash around or.
I'm sure you've heard me say that.
Too, that's exactly where I got it from. So yes, definitely.
So all right, guys. Rosa wants to know what's going on in Texas.
Yeah, what is going on in Texas?
All right, guys. We're done for tonight. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got me a new bowling ball. I'm gonna go do some practice with it. Cool. And so Susie, we don't say leave it the way you found it. Leave it better than you found it. Even if it isn't yours, pick it up and throw it away. Yeah. If you see anything, make it better than when you found it, and that way you're always welcome to come back. So, all right, guys, once again, we are out of here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is always great. We love to hear you guys. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Voodoo Customs, Crossfire Car Audio, and E-Box Designs. Eric, if you guys don't know, that's Eric that's been in the chat all day long. So he's E-Box Designs. Obviously, Jeffrey's Crossfire Car Audio. And then we got Voodoo Customs that are sponsors of the show here. So once again,
Fred and Steve, those guys,
the ones that are up in the points, like 3rd and 4th in points.
Yeah.
And you know what, Susie, we're gonna talk to you guys. I'll hit you on Facebook, and we'll try and set you guys up for next week here on the podcast, and have you guys come in and just talk to some new people from Canada. So, but anyway. Thank you
Bring
guys.
some Canadian dollars on the show, because I'm sure we'd all like to see it.
Some loonies.
Yeah, are they called loonies? One time Ray at a show brought money, and I was like, wait, what? And then they're kind of cool looking.
It's
much
Monopoly
cooler
money.
than the. Is it really?
No.
I was like, much cooler than the dollar bill. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We will see. Yeah, loonies and toonies.
Loonies and toonies.
That's right. Toonies, I believe, are the coins, and loonies are the dollars, or it's bigger coin, smaller coin, or something like that. But anyway, hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. We will see you guys next week on Monday night at 5:30 California time, the only time that matters. See you next week. Peace. We out of here.